group. Chris Bernardi here from Content Engagement Lab. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic this Friday afternoon. It's 4:13 Eastern Standard Time. I have my screen up, sharing with you, ready to go. I want to introduce you to my friend Claude in just a moment. However, before we get to that, I actually wanted to see, this is Google Trends. I wanted to see how people, or if there was interest, kind of gauge interest over the last, let's see, what time do I have? The past year, to see how the search results were kind of showing up in terms of trends for ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and our good friend, old friend, Perplexity. But wow. So the blue line is our ChatGPT. And again, this is for the United States only, by the way, in the past year, but it's definitely stayed somewhat consistent. You have the orange line here, the orange-ish line, which is going to, well, the yellowish, orangish line, which is Gemini. So again, definitely consistent, especially end of last year, with some of the releases, and people started to get more interest, which was cool. And then you have in third position our good friend Claude in the red. And you can definitely see that little spat going on here, regarding the Department of Defense and all of that. People waking up and, what is this Claude thing? Let me go check it out. But still, when you look at actually the trend, it is still way far behind. And that's what I'm going to be talking to you guys today about. If you have not used Claude, guys, Claude is just like ChatGPT or Google Gemini, but it's way better. In February, actually, they started to get kind of that interest, right? Because of the Department of Defense thing, putting them on the list. A lot of businesses were finally introduced to it. I know a lot of schools were using it. But even then, for research teams and things like that, even within the schools, we're just totally missing on a lot of this stuff. So, big picture, right? Claude, all these LLMs, all these AI companies, right? The frontier model companies, they're constantly updating these models. Well, Anthropic, who owns Claude, is just on a massive streak of updates and things like that. They're doing a fantastic job. Claude is smart, wickedly smart. Okay. So by all means, guys, test it out. It's worth getting the $20 subscription in this stuff. One, you want to support these, frontier models that you're using exceedingly large amounts of compute for. But in addition to that, a lot of times they provide you greater access to more powerful models because of the subscription. Now you don't need to spend extra money. Like I think I have $100. I think it might be a little bit more than that now based on my volume and stuff. But it's definitely worth getting the paid program on that one. Okay, works just like any of these other ones. You type in the box, you let it roll. They just they just keep updating these models, so it defaults to the most capable, smartest model, which is fantastic. Now, with that, okay, just try it. Use the crit model. I've talked to you before. Context, roles, interview, task. So context is everything that you want to talk about. Give it all that background as if you're trying to educate it. All the information necessary for the project that you're going to ask it to engage to be. Hang on there. Gonna have to hold off there in the middle of a podcast, video podcast here. Anyway, so give it all that context, all the I like this is how I view this thing. This is what I'm thinking. This is how I want it to kind of show. This is what we should be doing. This is what we shouldn't be doing. This is the information you need to know. This is some additional information I've uploaded, and this is how to use it. Give it all context, right? The roles is you are a what you just think character in a book, right? Write that character development out. So it's not pulling every Tom, Dick, and Harriet's opinion on the issues. It's looking at it from the framework of which you want to. Great example is small business, 3 employees, right? You know, I do my own taxes with this. Like, you specialize in, finding great tax saving ideas well within the law. We want to be compliant, but you give it all this information, right? In terms of, with the 401k program, you give all that information in terms of that roles of who you are, give it that persona, right? The interview is, you can ask me 3 questions, only one at a time, right? To improve the output of the task being asked. And then task would be something like, oh, I need you to help me build out my taxes for this year, and this is how I want it to work, and whatever it is. So use that crit model. It's amazing in here, by the way. So if you do that, and you can use that same crit model for all the other LLMs and stuff like that too. It dramatically improves the output. So that being said, use it just like a bot. Check it out. It is wickedly smart, you guys. Wickedly, wickedly smart. Now, ChatGPT uses custom GPTs. Google uses gems. You guys, you can train, and kind of, if there's a helper or assistant that you want to build that's going to be helpful and effective for you, and you have documents and things like that you want to go ahead and pelt it with questions, ChatGPT uses custom GPTs. Google Gems in Gemini. Claude has projects. I know it's kind of crazy. It is what it is. Just go with it. So, what you can do with that, I'm just going to pull up one of our client examples here just for fun. Um, we have instructions on what you actually are and stuff like that. Like give it instructions, give it some information. In fact, in this case, you can say you are a sales and marketing guru, often being paid 6 to 7. This is that context, right? You're a master at AI and automation. You have decades of experience. We have a client profile named this, right? Brand essence. So, who are you? This is the kind of the overall concept here. And additional resources, I've told it what those resources are, and it goes ahead and actually then integrates that into its brain, right? Its perspective. So, in this case here, I have the 2 documents that I wanted to bring in. One is for keyword targeting by city, a document called Final, and the average pace and value calculations, which you're using, for in this case, for products specifically for them. So to give an idea. And then also I put in a marketing profile for them. So basically I can pelt this guy with questions, and away you go. You get really good answers then. All right. So really simple things. You can see some of my diverse queries going on here in terms of recents, anything from 401k plan evaluations to guitar tutorials to creating reports, comparing stocks. What other things in here? Here's the really cool thing. Once you actually, you see these do your things in here. Once you train a project with all the information necessary, and you've optimized that output the way that you want, right? You can literally just tell it, like, upload documents and then say, do your thing. And it just goes and does it, right? So amazing. Claude is an amazing tool, guys. I want to introduce you guys. The basic takeaway here, guys, is go use it. Just go use it. Go try it. A lot of times what I'll end up doing is going to like Notepad. I'll write out my prompt. I'll get my resources kind of queued up like in, downloads or whatever it is. And then I will literally open up ChatGPT, open up the Google Gem, open up the Claude projects. And I will literally go throw them that same prompt, what we write in here to test it out, task, whatever it is. Same exact thing, same documents, and hit run on all 3 of them, and I'll see what that result looks like. Guys, it is a crazy, awesome new world. Experiment with these, add Claude to your stuff. I think you will find that you will be using it more often than not. Like 3 months ago, I was, well, maybe a little longer than that. Let's go 4 months ago. 4 months ago, I was probably using Claude about maybe 10, 15, 20% of the time, maybe. It is absolutely the reverse now. And Gemini was like my go-to. It is now flipped, like completely. Claude is like my go-to now. And create projects where projects are necessary. You can even one-shot them if you want. That's fine. using just the regular chat function. You will find it's amazing and provide you with way better answers. And it will learn too over time, by the way. So even things like it'll know based on queries and what you put in there, it'll surprise you. It'll pull out people like, oh, well, since you're doing this, tell Ashley that it needs to be. And like, wait, I didn't. How does it know about Ashley? Okay, well, it knows about Ashley because you had requested kind of a document to be personalized to Ashley, and it's learned that for that specific type of project or that specific type of query, it needs to output to that. So Claude also takes your security very, very seriously, which is great. You don't necessarily have to worry about being training the bigger model outside. So yeah, a couple tips for you. Go use it. If I forgot anything or you think there's something important to add to this, by all means, drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Love to stay connected with you guys. If you do have a need to do an AI assessment to figure out how to get good workflows into your environment, we're actually letting AI do the work for you. Things that, like, especially that take hours or things that suck that you hate doing, and basically have them done for you, but better in seconds. Contact me. Let me know. Love to hear from you. Have a blessed weekend. We'll talk to you guys later. All right. Bye bye.